I didn't plan on finding anything that day. I just wanted a quiet place to film history videos. The woods behind the old battlefield were supposed to be peaceful. Rows of pines, soft soil, the kind of silence that makes you breathe slower. But the silence felt too heavy, like the ground was holding something in. The 30 years were left entire towns erased. They buried soldiers, villagers, plague victims, anyone who fell. The stories say the graves were dug so quickly that some men were thrown in alive. I thought that was exaggeration, until the ground shifted under me. It felt like stepping on a buried animal. A sudden drop, loose earth, and then that sound, like bones scraping against roots. I froze. At first I tried to convince myself it was water, or maybe a sinkhole forming. But then I heard the whisper, a dry voice rising from the dirt, just soft enough to be real. Don't leave. I should have walked away. Instead, I crouched down and touched the soil. It was warm. Not sun warm, body warm. Like there was heat rising from something below. And for a moment, the ground pulsed. A slow, steady rhythm, almost like breathing. I stood up so fast I almost tripped. I told myself it was imagination. I told myself to keep walking. But the woods sounded wrong. No birds. No wind. Just the faint hum coming from beneath the earth. The deeper I went, the worse it felt. Trees leaning in odd angles. Soil too soft in some places, too hard in others. Like the land couldn't decide how to hold what was buried inside it. The map said there was a marked historical site ahead, a mass grave for soldiers who died in a single night. The story goes their commander ordered the burial before dawn, so opposing troops would count how many had fallen. Half the bodies were barely covered, sticking out of the soil like roots. I never believed in haunted places. But when I stepped into that clearing, my skin felt cold immediately. Not from the air, cold from underneath me. Like a freezer door had been opened right under the earth. And then I saw the ground. It wasn't flat. It rose and sank in long curves, like ripples spreading from a stone thrown into a pond. The entire grave looked like it was breathing. I'm not stupid. I know soil settles after centuries. But I'm telling you, this was moving. Slow, steady waves. I took out my phone to record, but the camera refused to focus. It kept blurring, then sharpening, then blurring again, like something was shifting my angle. And the longer I stood there, the more I felt watched. Not from the trees, from below. I stepped forward, just a little, and my foot sank deeper than it should have. Not mud, flesh, soft soil. Like stepping on a mattress. That's when I heard the second voice. A man's voice this time. Close. Too close. Help us. I jumped back so fast I landed on my hands. Dirt filled my nails. The ground where I'd been standing bulged upward. A small mound lifting itself. Not an animal. Not roots. Something pushing. Then the soil cracked. Just a hairline split, but enough to show darkness underneath. I didn't stay long enough to see more. I ran. I sprinted through the trees, branches tearing at my clothes, heart shaking in my chest like it wanted out. But the woods weren't letting me go that easily. Every few steps, there was another sound, a thump. Another thump. Then a dragging noise. And then footsteps behind me. Heavy, uneven. Like someone with broken legs trying to keep up. I refused to look back. I followed the trail markers, but they didn't look familiar anymore. Trees I didn't remember. Paths that curved wrong. The deeper I ran, the more the forest felt twisted, like it was rearranging itself every time I blinked. And that damn hum kept following me. Low at first, then rising, coming closer. The kind of vibration you feel more than hear. By the time I reached the old stone boundary wall, I was gasping. My legs were shaking so bad, I almost fell climbing over. And as soon as my feet hit the other side, the noise stopped. Completely. Not even the wind moved. I forced myself to look back. The trees were still. The soil was flat. Nothing moved. But just before I turned to leave, the ground near the clearing rose again, just a small swell, like someone pushing a hand against a bedsheet. I went home. I tried to upload the recording, but the file was corrupted. Just static, and something faint in the background. The same voice, not finished. That night, I heard tapping on my window. Slow. Rhythmic. Like someone knocking from far away through something thick. I checked outside, but no one was there. The tapping kept happening. Every night since I came back. Then last night, something new happened. The soil in my backyard had shifted. A small mound near the fence. Fresh earth. No footprints around it. Like it formed from underneath. I don't know what I brought with me. I don't know if it followed me. Or if I woke it up. But I do know this. The whispers haven't stopped. They're clearer now. Sometimes I hear multiple voices. Men, women, children, they keep saying the same thing. Finish the burial. And here's the part I'm scared to admit. Every morning, that mound in my yard gets a little bigger. I'm documenting everything. If anything happens to me, I want this story out. I want people to know these graves aren't empty. Time didn't silence them. It trapped them. If you want the rest of this story, the digging, the recordings, the night something came right up to my bedroom door, watch the full video on my channel. And subscribe. Not for me, for proof that this happened. Because if I disappear, you might be the only person left who knows why those graves are waking up again.